Joining me now, we've got Will Ryan, the CEO of Granite Shares, for a deep dive into Coinbase and the crypto sector. Will, thank you so much for joining us here on a Friday. So let's talk Coinbase and just your reaction to their latest quarterly report. They swung back into the black. They swung into the black from the same time a year ago. What do you make of their latest quarterly report card?
It was pretty solid, to be honest. And I think a big improvement yet again, quarter on quarter. Revenue up over 100% over last year, solid beats in terms of performance, subscribers increasing. So despite the fact that Q1 was obviously an absolutely amazing quarter, and we saw the price of Bitcoin in particular seem to go parabolic over that quarter, Q2 has also been pretty solid, although the price of Bitcoin clearly hasn't been as impressive as we saw in Q1. But overall, the company's positioned well, a lot of good things going for it.
And then when you say a lot of good things going for it, yes, we've seen some weakness in Bitcoin recently. It's seen some risk off activity recently, and obviously Coinbase can be impacted by that, obviously. So what do you think about the outlook for Coinbase from here?
Well, I think that the outlook is really positive with Bitcoin prices at this level. And despite the volatility that we saw over Q2, it hasn't seemed to have deferred or deterred customers from trading actively on the platform, which is where the company generates the majority of their revenue. So we've seen the actual trading revenues, be really robust over the quarter. And then obviously new sources of revenue, such as custody, have also been growing quite nicely with the advent of Bitcoin ETFs coming to the market and gaining significant assets, both in terms of Bitcoin and obviously now Ethereum.
Here we have the current stock market update for Coinbase Global Incorporated, stock ticker COIN. Before we begin with this chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comment section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So here, what we're going to do is take a very long-term view. I don't cover this stock very often, so we're going to try to get a broader sense of what is really happening with this stock and try to identify what the broader trend here is on the weekly chart so that we can hopefully identify some profitable trading strategies for this stock going forward. So as I said, we do have the weekly price chart here. And what we can see currently is that share prices have formed some new near-term lows right around 146.12. We have bounced a bit from there, but this break lower to the downside is quite significant, and we will be moving into this price chart to identify exactly why that is the case, why these moves have been so significant. So currently, what we're looking at here, since this is the weekly time frame, each candle on this chart represents a 1-week trading period. As we can see here, this recent move lower has done a fair amount of destruction and damage to this price chart. So mostly what we can point to here is the fact that this recent red candle has sent share prices through all of the major exponential moving averages. So here, the yellow line, we have the 20-week EMA, orange would be 50-week EMA, and then the purple line here would be the 100-week exponential moving average. So here we can see that this most recent candle here really has been quite destructive because previously we were seeing a bit of a bounce come off of that 100-week exponential moving average. Share prices did then manage to form some near-term highs right around 211.60, but then share prices then ultimately collapsed through here as well. So this is a destructive price move, also because we have also broken through a key Fibonacci support level that is being seen on this chart. So essentially the way that we're going to do this Fibonacci analysis is we're going to be looking at this price movement here where we draw the price highs coming in at 283.48 and the prior price lows coming in at 114.51. So these prior price lows for this trend wave here will be established at 114.51, and then the highs come in at 283.48. So if we're using this main price movement as the basis for the Fibonacci analysis, we can see that this most recent share price movement lower has now broken through all of the major Fibonacci retracement zones. So that'd be 23.6, 38.2, 61.8, and now 78.6% Fibonacci retracement area has now been broken with this recent price movement into 146.12. So even though we do have a bit of a bounce here with share prices coming off of this low, this is looking quite weak at the moment because there really isn't much technical support that can be found in this area at this point. The main reason for this is that we have broken through all of the major exponential moving averages and all of the major Fibonacci retracement zones as well. And then in addition to that, there is no real historical support that can be found in this area. So mostly what you're dealing with here is just a big empty space where there really isn't any major technical signals that would suggest that support will be likely to develop here near term. When you do see sharp prices break through the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement, then the most likely scenario is for prices to then retest the prior trend low. So in other words, retrace 100% of the price move. And then in this case, that would mean sharp prices move back to 114.51 as another test. So if we are able to find support at that point, you might see a bounce in share prices. But the way things currently stand, this short-term price movement to the top side, as I said, we're looking at share prices coming in right around 155 for the most recent close. But this movement to the top side, this bounce from 146 to 155, is looking quite weak at the moment. Sort of a short-term relief rally type of a thing. Because for the most part, there really isn't much here that would be expected to catch share prices before we see a break back below roughly 115, back toward this 114.51 area. So at the moment, that would be the current expectation for share prices to retrace this entire price movement. So this little bit of a price break here might seem a bit insignificant if we sort of pull out here a bit. But what this really has done here is broken all of the major near-term support zones, and this now signals a full retracement of this prior trending bull wave. So now that we have the broader view for what is likely to happen with this stock over the longer term time horizon, we are looking at some fairly significant breaks here on the weekly chart. So we will move down here to the daily chart to get a sense of what it would take in order for this stock to sort of reverse course and become bullish once again. So in the most bullish scenario, I think that what would need to happen here would be for prices to sort of start to roll over here. We are trading in oversold territory at the moment, and we're just now starting to roll out of this area. So there is some scope here for a bit of a bounce. Because share prices are now oversold and starting to roll up out of that area. But really what we would need to see essentially here would be a break of roughly this area here. I'm pointing to roughly 210.50. So that would be right around here. The reason that I point to this area specifically comes from the fact that this is the price high from August 23rd, 2024. And then in addition to that, if we were to see share prices break above this level, we would also be breaking above the 50-day and 100-day exponential moving averages. So that would be this orange line here. We can sort of zoom in a bit here. So that would be the orange line as well as the purple line here. So these are sort of the last moving averages that would need to be overcome in order for share prices to start to gain some further upside momentum. And then in addition to that, we do have this prior historical resistance zone coming in right in this same region. So in my view, what would need to occur here would be for prices to break back above roughly 215, right around there. And that is quite a ways away because what we're currently looking at is a share price activity at roughly 155 is the most recent close. And as I said, this did break some important near-term support zones, which came in at 160, 150. So as things currently stand, there is some possibility, given the indicator reading, that this chart could start to turn around. But we would need to see a lot of upside movement here in order to start to take pressure off of the downside and start to really generate momentum in the bullish direction. So here's the current market update for Coinbase Global Incorporated, stock ticker COIN. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.